All right, welcome. Today we're going to dive into how my training's been in the last 12 months, following largely in the steps of the MAF method, MAF being maximum aerobic function, often coined, comes back from the early 80s by a guy called Phil Maffetone. Popularized it using heart rate measurements. Gets back in the days, they used to have to run around with a contraption beside them, test their heart rates, and then they got a strap and that it would have on the chest the numbers, so they'd have to be running along and constantly looking down at their chest as they're running. Nowadays, you've got everything on your wrist. So you can just have a quick look at your wrist, see how you're going. So yeah, we've been following that. The way he designed his your calculation is 180 is your base figure. Remove your age. For me, that came down to 136, and then you can add and subtract some numbers to determine whereabouts. You know, if you need a little bit more heart rate or if you need a little bit less heart rate, depending on your physical level at the time. I pretty much stuck with the 136 starting in December of 2019. I started following the 136 rule for my runs. So what I'm going to do, open up Strava's, it's got all the backdated information for the whole year. So I'm going to open up that one of my runs. I did a 10K run, and the date of that was the 2nd of December of 2019, a 10K run. Oh yeah, it's good, isn't it? So 1 hour and 3 minutes, 39 seconds. What's that? 6 minutes, 22 seconds per kilometer pace. And that gave me an average heart rate of 136. So I opened that. So at the 1 kilometer point, I was already at a heart rate of 141. So I had to slow down, get to a hill, it would go back up to 140. I'd have to slow right down. Often I found myself walking in a lot of the times in the beginning. Or for months, actually, whenever I hit a hill, I'd have to walk up the hill. Otherwise the heart rate would just jump up too high. So an hour and 3 minutes for 10K, 6 minutes, 22 seconds. It's very slow. It's just, yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? What do we got here? We've got another run I've brought up. It's a 5K run, a park run. And that's on the 21st of December. So that's park runs where you're going, well, park run speeds. And we're hooking around at 21 minutes 44. So that's as fast as I could go at the time. So 4 minutes 21 seconds. And the average heart rate for that was 154, often sitting around 160, 159 for most of the run. That was around about the same sort of time. So my MAF pace was 6 minutes 20. And my flat out speed was 4 minutes 21. So about 2 minutes per kilometer slower, which according to the MAF method, my aerobic ability is very diminished at this point. But so I consistent training with the MAF method. Let's open up a... What date is this one? Where do we see the dates? Let's find an earlier one than that one. All right, so the 28th of February. So we've moved forward 2 months, 28th of February, 2020. This is a 10K run. Average heart rate, 134. So we're holding a bit better on the MAF for most of the runs, slowing down for the hills, walking often for the steep hills, but we're down to 52 minutes for the 10K. That's just nearly 11 minutes. That's 10, what's that, 10 and a half minutes improvement. And our pace is 5 minutes 16 per kilometer on average. All right, let's skip forward to, what date's this one? June, 8th of June. There's Tyson. Hello, Tyson. Look at your hair. How good's that hair? You're a crazy bugger. All right, so June, 8th of June, 10K, 45 minutes. 45 minutes 50, average pace 4 minutes 35, average heart rate 135. So the average heart rate is basically the same. We're now down to 46 minutes and 4.5 minutes per kilometer. So still holding MAF there. Let's go to, what's this one? And this is a flatter 10K. Let's have a look. 50 minutes and 27 seconds, 5 minutes and 2. Average heart rate 138. That's in August. Yeah. So that was a little bit slower, that one. 10K, let's have a look. 25th of September, 10K, 5 minutes and 6 seconds, 51 minutes. Average 138. It's a fairly solid, not too much improvements going on around there. October, 14th of October, did a 10K run, 45 minutes 50, 4 minutes 35. Average 139 heart rate. So yeah, looks like the MAF seems to have peaked out around, for a 10K, at around 45 minutes. 4.5 minutes per kilometer average. Well, we do have brought up a 5K time here, 5K in 20 minutes and 20 seconds. What's our average heart rate? 138. So yeah, we're averaging MAF for that one, 20 minutes for 5K. Average pace is 4 minutes and 4 seconds per kilometer. That's, oh, there we go. That's in November. So yeah, there's a bit of, you going through winter time, you improve a fair bit, and then coming out of winter and you start adapting to the heat, your times can sometimes slow down a bit. What it does here, it gets very humid. Humidity is probably, you're often more wet from the humidity than you are with a light rain of drizzle. That's how humid it can get. So yeah, there we go. At roughly the similar sort of time, so 22nd of November, I think it was about half a week later, did a 3K time trial, 3K, and we did that in 3 minutes 11 per kilometer. So at 9 minutes 43 total. For just, it was 40 meters further than, so 3K and 40 meters. For 9 minutes 43. And I think that actually worked out to be my fastest 3 kilometer in, I think it was like nearly 20 years. So I haven't been that fast for a while. Let's check some park run times that I've done during the time. So 4th of January, we were going through, so your 5K in 20 minutes and 40 seconds, 4 minutes and 6 second pace.
My sensitivity.
Average heart rate 161, so I was quite high there. Park run. February, end of February, average heart rate 150. It's a little bit easier. 21 minutes 55, a bit slower as well. It's a bit easier on the heart rate. What do we got here? Oh, we went a bit further, so we'll ignore that one. 5K time trial. Here we go. 5K time trial in June. So it's midwinter sometime. Average pace 3 minutes 46 for the 5K. So it's like just under 19 minutes for the 5K. So you can see from that 20th of June to the end of November, when I did the 3K time trial, the pace has dramatically picked up. And then so did the MAF pace. What's the MAF pace? It's 4 minutes. 4 minutes per kilometer, and the 3K time trial speed was 3 minutes and 11. So a much closer aerobic engine compared to the flat out speed just makes running so much easier. What do we got here? 3rd of September. Oh no, we've covered that one. So yeah, and then just recently, what is it now? It's December. Let's bring us up to December of 2020. I've been doing a lot more bike ride. I've reintroduced bike riding, cycling. Getting used to that. So that involves bike riding. Getting used to riding at MAF on a bike is easier said than done when you've got hills everywhere. A lot easier on the flats, but you can only ride on the flats so much. You get a hill, it's a lot easier for the heart rate to go up. And then when you're coming down, it just plummets down. So you got to always be pedaling. You can't just be cruising, because as soon as you start just cruising downhill, heart rate just drops too much. And then you got to pedal too fast to get it back up. So you got to try to maintain that effort up and down and on the flats. We're getting used to it. We're getting there. Give me another couple of months of getting used to the bike riding, and then we'll cover how the MAF training has affected the bike riding. But yeah, until then, that's it for today. Hope you picked up something that's useful, and we'll talk to you next time. All right, see you guys.